104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And Ding Dong. Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning. Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Wednesday, March 27th of 2024 at 6:03 a.m. with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam ready to report for duty, my friends.
Reporting
We
for
are
duty.
here.
It's cold duty out there.
I like it.
Yeah, what's
I
going on?
love it. I love it.
I had to bust out the winter jacket again.
Oh, come on, Kevin.
It's in the
Hold on,
high
Kev.
40s.
Let's be real.
it's
The winter
54
jacket has been in
degrees.
this room for the last three,
That's
except
true.
for Monday. when it was
Roula is
hot.
literally wearing a jacket completely zipped up.
My parka
It is a parka.
all the way up.
Legit.
And it's going to be on the whole morning.
It's 54 degrees. It's not that cold outside.
But it's like 48 in the studio.
Yes.
Well,
on Monday we were
would
cranky
you-
because there was no air at all.
Would you rather
Zero.
have it be very hot in here?
No, no.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
No.
No.
I like being cold.
Bite your
But
tongue.
I just, if you watch our KRBE videos of the show, people have started wondering, well, why is Roula so buttoned up? Why y'all wearing jackets? Well, why y'all look so thick with all that winter wear? Not looking
I don't
thick
be
like
thick.
weight-wise. I'm just saying
Oh, you
everything
guys.
is so thick. Like y'all wearing thick clothes.
Take that skinny
Because
shot.
it gets very cold in here, which I will prefer to the heat we had on Monday, but you never know what you're going to get.
Well,
So you got to dress in layers.
when you've got like a 2-ton control board that's emanating heat, and you've got like 19 different screens in
I
here.
don't think that thing puts out heat. This is like a.
No, that has nothing to do with the board, honestly.
No, like
It's
the
really
old
about
one,
this
the old one that
AC
was-
I think the
situation.
old one was super hot.
Ooh,
this
yeah.
one is okay.
This thing you can just pick
It's
up.
pretty warm up in here.
Yeah, the old one,
It's
it was
real warm
like,
up. The amps are pretty hot.
here's the old board.
It vibrated like. when
I
your
just feel like his lack
car
of
would do that when it's out of balance.
circulation.
When you
Yeah.
drive, my wheel would like shake. So
Oh, yeah. My alignment's off.
Alignment. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have to get your tires balanced,
Yep.
or they're going to wobble.
I feel like you've definitely experienced some strife in your life if you've ever had to drive a car when the wheel was shaking if you accelerated.
Oh, yeah. Mine would vibrate so hard.
Now, let me ask you guys, like, between Eric and Kevin, you guys know all the legal answers.
all of a sudden,
Yeah,
y'all are
our
attorneys
answers is
now.
call push and win, call
When did
Ramsey.
y'all go to law school?
Okay, so
I am
my,
watching Suits again.
my tire light just kept coming on, and I'm like, what's going on? So, go
It's
to
a
discount.
sensor.
Go to discount tire, figure out it was an atmospheric change, but then it did it again a couple days later and again. I'm like, okay, so I ended up going to some place, I think it's called J&T Auto, and they were awesome. They immediately found the problem.
I think that's a
There
great
was-
guy. I think
Huh?
I know them. Are they in Campbell?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, J&T Auto. I've
I
dropped
was
my
like,
sister
wow,
off there before.
these guys are on point. I'm not doing a commercial for them. I never heard of them
I
before.
mean, you just did, but
Well, I mean, I'm benefiting nothing from
I know what you
this.
mean. You're not getting
I'm
paid.
just, I didn't get any special deal. They were just really nice people. They found a nail immediately. So I know it's from the construction that my neighborhood is doing to build this ridiculous golf course that they're, the golf course clubhouse that nobody asked for. So
Except
when
for
you,
the golfers, probably, that pay dues at that
those
country
rich
club.
people.
yeah, even though it's been losing money for the last 5 years, but okay.
Because Ryan all of a sudden is the accountant now, too. For country club.
No, I
Anyway,
get
you were saying.
I get the newsletter. Anyhow, when you know where the accident, how do you prove that? Like, it's like, hey, you've done damage to my
Can't prove
vehicle.
it. That's
No,
what
you
sucks.
can't
I mean,
There's nothing you can do.
A nail in your
No,
tire
for a
in
nail in
Houston,
tire?
Texas can
Sold
happen
life.
anywhere.
Yeah.
wind,
Just like now.
push stuff down, off the truck.
You got run flats, you're fine.
But also, you had mentioned that the light kept coming on. If you fill your tires and the light keeps coming on, then you need to get that sensor checked because there's little sensors inside most of our newer tires and newer vehicles that will go out after a little while. They don't last forever, and they go between $70 and $100, and you have to have a professional.
Have you
installed.
seen those new tires, like on some vehicles where they don't have air in them? They're just like this weird mesh.
I've definitely
like
seen.
lattice work.
Yeah, those
And
are
I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. Never have to put air in your tire again?
and some of them are made of corn. I
What
think.
now?
What?
Yeah, corn
making
tires.
that up?
No, there's corn tires out there.
I think you're totally making
Okay.
that up.
Tires
Tires made of corn.
from corn.
I think you're just pulling our leg to see how early.
What?
Goodyear has
on
introduced the
Wednesday.
world's first tire with a compound derived from corn. The new Goodyear GT3 is the first tire on the market using a new starch-based filler material called BioTread, which uses common corn as its feedstock.
But if it gets really hot, do they
Common
pop like
corn.
popcorn?
I don't think it's going to go like that.
So they've turned corn into a, what do you call that? Synthetic, I guess.
And it says it's a starch-based material.
Well,
Times.
this exciting conversation about corn tires.
Hey,
You're talking about these new lattice tires. Some of them are made from corn.
I'm just teasing. Did you see that somebody won the $1.13 billion mega?
No way.
Yep.
Did they come forward?
Not yet, but it's somebody in New Jersey.
Not
Texas. Not
Again.
Texas.
Not Texas.
We still have hope because
again.
tonight there's an $865 million Powerball drawing. But the $1 billion, the $1.1 billion Mega Millions got picked last night, and it's somebody from Jersey.
So how many people, us, when you buy that ticket and you know that you're not the winner, do you check the rest of it because you think, it's probably like $1, and maybe somebody's thrown away the $1 million ticket because they didn't check? Or like yesterday, I went to go get gas, and I actually had to go inside to pay for it because the pump was acting cuckoo.
Oh, I will drive to a
Yeah, I
new
had
pump.
that happen.
You know what?
That's
When
so
I
weird.
did that the other day, they gave me, as apology, they gave me a 10-cent off card.
Interesting.
So for every gallon I pump, I get 10 cents off of it.
What?
That's
Yes.
interesting.
I
Where
could
is
not
that at?
believe
Which
it.
pump is that at?
I
wanna
went
go.
to a Valero there on Bel Air in front of the school there. Is that St. Agnes over there on Bel Air and Fondren?
Is it a Valero now?
Yes,
I thought
it's a
it used to
Valero.
be, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's interesting. When I went inside to pay, though, that's where I saw the Powerball Mega Millions, blah, blah, blah. I go, I guess I could just buy some of this. And then she goes, which one do you want? I said, well, I don't know which one runs when, so I guess I'll do 10 and 10. And then I go, she goes, and it's right next to Texas Lottery. I go, just curious, how much is the Texas Lottery right now? And she goes, $6 million. I go,
is that all?
I said, well, I'm not gonna deny like $3 million. Maybe I'll buy one of those. And I'm thinking, well, $6 million, that means somebody just won it and they win often because the jackpots don't go that high. Maybe I'll get some Texas Lottery. So I did. I have no idea when the drawing is. But I guess I check my tickets.
How many
later.
numbers do you need for that one? 4?
I don't even know. I just gave her $10 and she gave me tickets for those are $1 each versus $2 for Powerball and Mega Millions.
Well, that's why we started getting these mega jackpots because they added another number. Remember? They were having drawings and constantly having winners, so they added an extra number. But if you took the cash payout for last night's drawing, Eric, you stepped out for a second. $1.13 billion was won by somebody.
in Jersey.
So if you wanted to take that cash buyout, $537.5 million. Boom, it's yours.
Good for them. I'm glad it's one person. Enjoy it.
Well, we don't know if it's one person. You know what it might be?
Like a group of.
They
Might
said
be a group
the
of
winning
people.
ticket's been sold, but they haven't. Nobody's come
Right,
forward
because
yet.
we don't know if the winning ticket is connected to a 20-pack of people that all put their money in for tickets.
That would suck.
And that's why you have to buy
It
20
wouldn't
of
suck.
those.
You'd still get a lot of money.
Suck for the owner of that company.
Oh, 20 employees are going to bail out.
Oh, yeah.
I just lost my
Each one of my staff members just won like $20 million.
Because imagine if the 5 of
They all
us did
quit.
that and the 5 of us won it. You think KRB would be really happy that all 5 of us are like, bye?
But the
No.
other thing is,
We have $100 million each now.
See ya.
yeah, that's even if one of us won the say $1 billion or $900 million, I think we would definitely agree that we could slough off a couple bucks for each other to like leave work for good. Right?
good.
For good.
We all share
Like,
it, too.
yeah, I mean, here, you know what? Just get out of here.
I'd
Get
share.
out of here. 20 million.
billion.
Get the hell
Nobody
out of
want to
here.
listen to you. Like Roula says.
Yeah, how would you listen to
We're
the
not
Roula
relatable
Ryan show
anymore.
if you knew that all 5 of us had over $100 million because we won the Powerball?
Well,
how would you enjoy us?
How do people watch Shark Tank? I mean, Mark Cuban's like a billionaire. People
I know,
listen to
but
him.
they're there to
Our
get
favorite
money
show.
from him. They're there to get money from him. Every time we had somebody
Plus,
on
we're not
that
like
told
Shark
us about
Tank.
their charity, people would
True.
say, well, how come y'all don't just pay off the charity and we don't even know about
I
them?
never heard anyone go up to Mark Cuban and go, man, I love watching you because you seem like my friend. Like I can relate to you.
No, that's true.
But curb your
They
enthusiasm.
watch him because they want money for
Yeah,
their ideas.
People watch. People listen to Howard Stern. He's worth like I think close to $1 billion. They listen to him.
Do they anymore?
No.
Well, the people that have that contraption in their car.
Yeah.
Well, coming up next, oh God, I guess I gotta say I hate it. I hate to admit this because I don't want to think there was another one. But yeah, Ryan, you called him Epstein yesterday. I think you're right.
About P.
Puff
Diddy?
Daddy.
Yeah.
The stories are not good, and the question now is suicide watch on Puff Daddy.
Ooh.
Because of how crazy the allegations are about what he has been doing for years.
He's going to fight at first. He'll be tough and say tough things.
Hold on, in Scoop, I'm going to tell you about this guy that has been on point, Eric, since November. And if what he says now is on point, I don't think
There's
we're
like
going
this
to...
5 stages. You act tough, and then you realize they got me.
Well, we don't know since November which stage he's been through. I think we're at the desperation stage
He's got
now.
the great beard going right now.
Okay, let's
he
get to
does?
that. Here's your weather for today.
Okay, so it's not going to be as warm as it's been. It should only be a high around 68. Right now, 54 degrees and 613 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
KRBE.
Okay, well, we're just going to jump right on in because this is crazy. So
P. Diddy Epstein.
Well, the Jeffrey Epstein story, for those that only knew a little bit, he basically sex trafficked all these young girls, took them to this island, and very powerful people went there because Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of money, and they did what they wanted to do with these young girls. And
Well, the real thing about Epstein, if you watch the documentary on Netflix, Filthy Rich, he videotaped everybody to blackmail them.
And it turns out Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs has done the same thing because he is not arrested. This is still allegations. However, this has been going on since November. We talked about it yesterday on the show, how it kind of like was sleeping over the holidays because, holidays people have other things and the press isn't like hyper focused on it. But back in November was the first story of the sex trafficking and the assaults of a former partner of his. And she got paid off. Then another lady came out, another lady came out, another lady came out, another lady came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday, when we were talking about the day before's events, it was about his 2 homes getting raided. Now, why do homes get raided? Because the cops obviously know there's something there that they need that is evidence for their cases.
This wasn't just cops. This was FBI.
Yeah, this was the federal agents. So to the point of that, the former head of Death Row Security, Reggie White Jr., made this statement yesterday to the press because he said he had called it that they were going to raid Puff Daddy's houses. Now, being the former head of security, you know a lot of dirt
Oh, yes.
I'm sure
on
you
a lot
do.
of artists.
Oh, man. You've had to toss out some people who got carried away.
Yeah, but think about it. You're the one that's reviewing all the security, video.
Deleting it.
Here's what Reggie
Yeah.
Wright Jr. had to say about the current status of what Sean Combs' homes have and all that. Here it is.
Reggie prediction. I know Puffy is smart enough, and he probably done already cleaned his houses. But sexual predators, what do they do? And we'd be like, damn, why? They treat their sex tapes like sexual predators hold on to their tapes. And cops know that. So I wouldn't be surprised if some storages or some of Puffy properties be getting raided real soon, because they need to get to those tapes. They get one of those tapes with him with those little people that's been making the accusations. Woo, man. Done.
Done.
But Puffy the type, he'll blow his brains out, guarantee you.
Is that crazy?
Or do like he did on that corkscrew. Gonna do something
There's a
stupid
bad
like
word there. I'm sorry, there's a bad word there.
We had to,
I just jumped that.
Sorry.
we had to jump out of that. He said
brother.
Yeah, he
It was
said a bad
It was
word.
pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy what he's saying, but that guy has a lot of information. And what did he say? They keep their tapes.
Yeah, and maybe that's why.
A little early for that.
Maybe that's why he left.
That's just heavy.
Maybe that's why he took that plane or sent that plane to that island that has no extradition because
Yes,
he loaded it up with
course.
those tapes and sent it all down there.
Yeah, but I mean, we're thinking physical tapes. These are all on servers, clouds.
Digital. Maybe he's grabbing the hard drives.
I'm sure he's
But
trying to
he's
get
been
rid of
around.
everything.
But,
Yeah.
but according to the stories
months.
yesterday, guys, this has been going on for a long time. Some of it actually is physical tapes.
Yeah,
Some of it actually is
yeah. Because
physical
from the
tapes. We're talking
90s.
15 years, 20 years
But
worth.
if he's trying to, you'd think he knows this is coming. You'd think he'd start getting rid of that crap.
But I don't think it can go away, guys. I don't think
there's
if he
always
has
a
that much
digital
stuff, how can
fingerprint
you
somewhere.
actually get rid of it all?
I mean, if you have the
know?
computer there, the forensics team can find it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe he'll run. I think he'll run.
Well,
don't think he's
that
gonna hurt
man
himself.
just said that, hey, if
He thinks he's
they're
gonna take
closing
his own
in,
life.
yeah, he's going to end his life. He doesn't want to go to jail.
I mean, nobody knows.
No,
Nobody
nobody
knows
knows
what
that.
he's
But what I'm
capable
saying
of.
is, these allegations, Eric, have gotten so heavy in the last 24 hours. It looks like the route of the Epstein way. And they say that Epstein committed suicide in prison, but most
I don't
people
believe
think that
that.
somebody of power that was about to get exposed decided to erase him. Nobody knows the real answer, but there is a lot of heavy stuff going on.
I'm so sad because that was my high school, growing up with P. Diddy, Bad Boy,
Yep.
that whole
Okay.
thing. I'd gone to their concerts, and it's just
Well,
it's
you were in
saddens
love
me.
with an image, and unfortunately, that's how we all are with every celebrity. None of us knows what people are really capable of or what they do behind closed doors. We're just in love with an image.
right.
And also, Sean Combs is very powerful. Years ago when I was doing mornings in Philadelphia, Sean Combs was coming to the radio station and everybody was freaking out. Like, oh my gosh, Sean Combs is going to be here. Remember the whole Jennifer Lopez, P. Diddy days or Puff Daddy days? I mean, he was
The name
top
changes.
of the tops.
Can't keep track.
Yeah, couldn't keep track. He was the tops. So imagine if you were in the entourage or he was like going to take you under his wing. It's like, oh my gosh, you're going to make it. We're going to mold you. Like Usher lived with him when he was 13. Justin Bieber was with him when he was 15 to bring them up into the industry and put them on the right successful road. And their stories about what they witnessed and it's all kinds of
if
terrible.
Usher saw that stuff. Usher took Justin under his wing. Why would he have Justin even around him?
That's what I don't understand.
I mean,
because
if Usher hated him so much, or was like, I would never put my kid with him. He said
those
the audio
tapes.
that came out. But
Maybe the pressure. Maybe Diddy had something on Usher by that time, and he
Well,
was like, "You better bring that
yesterday-
boy in here."
Kevin, yesterday a lot of audio surfaced, and this isn't even hidden audio. It's just former interviews with Usher talking about his time with P. Diddy. And he was asked point blank, would you let your kid over there? And he goes, hell no. Like some of the things that he witnessed and saw.
I don't know. It's just bad.
Well, more comes out every day. It's fascinating. It's kind of sad too.
It is, and it's unfortunately, there are a lot of people in this world that just love to see famous people taken down. What is it, Schadenfreude?
if they're abusing people.
Now this is different. If they
yeah,
really,
that's
if he really did this, then it
Kevin
needs to
Spacey's
come
the
to light.
world of, like, I hear stories. I'm a nobody, and I knew that 20 years ago.
You
the stuff
did.
he was doing.
Oh man.
A lot of people know about P. Diddy. I think the white community is the ones that were shocked.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my friends that are black are like, we knew this a long time ago.
Well, does that? So, I mean, you think about Weinstein. Does that mean you have to stop watching any of the movies that he made? Do I have to stop listening to any?
Well, he didn't
tracks
actually
that-
make them. He was just the
Money
Well,
man.
he
the
was the money man
financier.
behind it, but it does. It just all of it stinks because
Okay.
you don't want something that you have idolized or really liked in your life to know how sinister it was behind the scenes, and now it's like not politically correct to like that or see it again. Like Back to the Future is on all the time. If we had found something horrible about the making of Back to the Future and that got canceled, a lot of people would be like, "Oh man, Back to the Future is canceled."
Yeah, like
You know what I
Cosby
mean?
Show.
Like-
The Cosby Show. You can't watch any
Yes.
reruns of the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
I used to watch the show called Charles in Charge. And yesterday on my TikTok, this kid that was one of the young boys on it was just, he's a grown man now. He was just going off on Scott Baio, how he abused him.
Really?
And like bullied him and said, you need to be with girls because he was gay.
Oh.
And just kept talking to him and then threw hot coffee and tea in his face once.
Oh my God.
And then Nicole Eggert, she was on that show. She was with him, and they were. I'm like, man, just to hear the stuff back then. I'm like, I was a little kid enjoying this show and knowing that Scott Baio dude was being
Well, think about
a
it.
bully to a 10-year-old.
Rolla was talking about the documentary last week about Nickelodeon, and I watched that, and I'm like, I told my daughter, I'm like, if you want your childhood destroyed, watch that video because she loved all those shows, and now you see what's happening behind the scenes.
New episodes coming out too.
And also,
Right
Rebel
on the
Wilson is on People Magazine. She's on the cover of that, and you can go to their website and read the story of how she has a new memoir out, and she accuses Sacha Baron Cohen of being inappropriate on the 2016 comedy The Brothers Grimsby, and his team is vehemently denying that. She said that she's glad that movie tanked because it was a terrible time for
I think
her.
hers wasn't about any sexual impropriety.
Well,
she was
she
saying
says
that
on
he
There's
was
a Day that he came over and he dropped his pants and said, "I want you to do something to me." And she's like,
Really?
"What? I can't do that."
What?
So she had to ad lib something else to do just to scatter away from the.
I thought it was
like-
just him bullying and being mean.
No.
With his butt.
And so she's whatever. I'm not going to tell. It's already gotten heavy enough with that clip. But whatever he asked her to do, she said no. And she said, now I was scared and I wanted to get out of there. So I finally compromised and I slapped him and I improvised a few lines as the character and I made the scene go away. And his reps are saying, well, we appreciate the importance of speaking out. These demonstrably false claims are directly contradicted by extensive detailed evidence, including documents, film footage, and eyewitness accounts from those present before, during, and after the production of Brothers Grimsby. So
remember, everything that guy does, he constantly has the cameras rolling.
Anyway, it's just
not worth bringing a kid to Hollywood.
No,
I'm telling
my
you,
daughter's getting into this industry, and it just scares
24,
me.
though. I mean,
yeah, she's grown up enough to know.
But also, she has an older fella to walk her through everything.
Yeah,
don't bring that up again.
now that she has a mentor,
Yeah, like a silver daddy.
If you
to
missed
get
the
her
show
through
yesterday at 6:40, I revealed I found out my daughter has a much older boyfriend.
And I found him on Instagram, so we're okay.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Got you. Well, I made sure you followed him.
I guess
I'm telling you, it's like if I ever want to stalk anybody, I'm going to Sam.
Yeah. That's how we
stalker?
find closure
No, I'm just saying,
and stuff.
if I need
you're gonna
anybody
stalk
stalked,
me? You're the stalker, Ryan? I was wondering who was leaving roses at my doorstep.
Anyway, I
In
guess I should have written
diapers and wipes. Thank you so much.
Maybe if we talk about this again, we'll do a parental
Weird
discretion
stalker.
advised on Before the Scoop.
yeah, I'm like Roula to play something so shocking.
I know, but that was I don't know. It's like suicide watch on Piff.
Also, going to have to go back and
right.
edit that audio.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
So we're going from
may
that
not play it again.
to the
Please.
from the dark to the scary. Are there going to be snakes in the studio?
Yeah, there could be.
Why?
I want to shine a light on a place that a lot of people in this area can go in the Bel Air area, or anyone can drive there and see this. You don't even probably know it's there. Places in Houston that you go, wow, we have that? I didn't even know this was here. It's called the Nature Discovery Center, and it's in Bel Air right there off of Newcastle.
Oh.
And they're up here because something we talked about last week when I admitted to something I did. And they heard us and go, what, you did that? What? We need to talk to you. Talk to you what you did, Eric. You should not be doing that. When it came to those frogs in my pool.
Oh,
we will
I remember that.
We will
yeah.
reset Eric's
It's a good thing there's no video of you doing that.
the possible crime Eric committed, the natural crime, the crime against nature, and then we'll have snakes all over him. Another punishment for Eric. We'll explain next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Back to the Roula and Ryan Show.
You know, lately I've been calling Eric Eco Destroyer Eric.
We're gonna recap something that Eric said on our show last week, where I know a lot of people listen at different times and everybody has a different kind of job, and it turns out that somebody married to somebody who has to do with nature heard this story and then alerted the organization that is visiting us today. So first we'll introduce who's visiting us, and then we'll recap the story that Eric said to get the organization in here. Eric Duran is here. He is the head naturalist of the Nature Discovery Center, and it is located in Bel Air. Welcome, Eric.
Good morning.
Thanks for getting up early.
Morning.
I'm not usually awake at this time, so it's going to take a little adjustment.
It's dark.
It's dark outside, yeah.
Eric, the naturalist, would not have been here if somebody had not heard what our Eric said, right?
Yeah, I heard you guys have been dumping frogs in our park. What's happening?
2016. I was trying to say
Oh my God.
because I had a
Tell
bunch
the
of them
story,
in the pool.
Eric, of our Eric, of what
When I was
triggered
building my
this whole
house in
thing.
Bel Air, the pool wasn't, it was almost done, but there's no water in it yet. And the rain started happening and all that. There's just muck in there. And there was a perfect place for toads, I guess, to have babies.
Spawn, yeah.
And there's hundreds of them. And I'm like, what do I do? So first I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I got one of those, went to Home Depot and got one of those like little claws and a bucket. And I just
Things
started.
that you pick up stuff.
Yeah, I just started like
Picking up
50 a
frogs.
day, I felt like. And then like,
the claw that old people use to
Yeah.
get stuff off
Yeah.
of a tall
that
shelf.
gripper thing, the cans.
How many of those did you
grip them?
eat?
No,
I know, front legs at Eric's house.
I put them all at the Nature Discovery Center.
okay.
So,
Wait, you put them in a bucket, then you took them over to a
Dumped them
discovery
over the fence?
center
Yeah.
far away from your house.
well, yeah, a couple blocks.
So they couldn't find their way back to your pool.
nope.
So what do you do? You just dump the bucket over the fence?
No, you could drive it. It's a really cool place.
Okay.
We'll talk about it here in a
It's
second.
an open city park, so it's
Yeah.
pretty easy for ne'er-do-wells to access.
Yes, to do what Eric did. Okay, so you take this crate and you let them all
They're so loud,
jump out
too.
to freedom, jump out to freedom, little frogs.
Here's what they sound like.
So imagine 50 of those.
Imagine that.
Wow.
In your pool in the morning. I'm trying to go to work here, and my bedroom is right by that thing.
Okay.
So I just dumped them, and then I guess somebody heard it.
Somebody heard you mention.
Did I do something wrong? Then I'm like, crap, did I ruin the Discovery Center, the ecosystem
He's
there?
shaking his head in disbelief and disgust.
But where was I supposed to put them? I didn't know where to put them. I didn't want to kill them.
Here's what I would say. If for people working at a nature center, we would just most of the time like to be told if you're going to be dumping hundreds and hundreds of frogs. And I don't know how many. I don't know if it was
4,000 frogs.
If it was
exactly.
4,000 frogs.
Yeah.
There's 100.
Because it is going to impact the space you're introducing them
I feel
to.
bad.
Yeah.
We would like to know that the thing being moved into the park is something relatively beneficial to the ecosystem. We would like to make sure that it's best for the frogs.
Right.
And so, most of the time, what we would ask is just that you run it by the staff first. And I'm sure that people that run any major park would probably like that as well. However,
Colin that works with you, and he said people do leave. They bring animals
all
there.
the
Sometimes
time.
They bring cats.
All the time. I found
He's like,
a
don't
lady
bring cats.
a couple of days ago. She had live trapped a possum in her yard, and she brought it in. The possums are moving around right now. And I will say, what you moved into our park is our local native terrestrial frog.
Okay.
It was. If you know that they're toads, it's called the Gulf Coast toad.
Okay.
And they're native, so it probably fit into the ecosystem really well. I don't think you did any harm.
How did you notice that they were there? Did you just look at it and say, wow, the snakes are getting fat?
Well, we didn't notice. We didn't know anything about this
It's
until
so big. This place is really cool if you get a chance.
Until somebody said something about dumping frogs on the radio. We did not know anything about
And
that.
Eric from the Nature Center versus Eric from the Roula and Ryan Show. Eric, this is what's crazy about this is you would have known the impact by now because he did this in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it would be answering questions for you that y'all maybe have had for the last 6 years.
It is entirely possible that sometime in 2016 I was walking through the park going, man, there's a lot of frogs here today. Why is it so loud in the park after a rain? I mean, it is possible, and I just don't remember it.
So if you're just
we're having
tuning into the Roula and Ryan Show, let me reintroduce you, Eric. It's Eric Duran. He is the head naturalist of the Nature Discovery Center in Bel Air. Where are you guys? Bel Air and Newcastle, or
basically, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it looks like an open park.
Time.
It doesn't look like an arboretum where it's real overgrown.
So
I'm trying to imagine it.
yeah. So it is a former estate. It's 4 acres. It's a city park in Bel Air. We are a nonprofit that runs a nature center there. We're also the nonprofit that bought the land in the first place. So we have a really good relationship with the city of Bel Air. We run the park as a nature space and not just a recreational space.
Got it.
Y'all have been there a long time, though.
Oh, man. 1980s, sometime in the 1980s.
Yeah, because I remember taking my daughter there when she was
just go walk
a little
through
kid.
it, and there's a couple houses in there, too, where you get more information.
Is it free to go in there?
To just walk through the park, the little modest nature trails, and go look at the animals in the cages. We have, rabbits and box turtles and pigeons and a live possum. You can see those.
Why do possums freak us out so much?
And they do so much for us.
They're supposed to be good for the environment, but they just freak out. You have one on your shirt, and I can't look at the shirt.
Yeah, possums. I know they look to some people like big rats, but, they're special animals. It's the United States' only native marsupial. So they bring down. I know that they look ugly to some people. They bring down the population of ticks in any given area because
really
they're
good.
so good at grooming them off of themselves. They don't carry rabies. So there's all these things about them that I think are really special. But
That's good.
And you brought something with you, so what'd you bring?
Gosh, Eric from the Nature Center. Oh, Lordy Lou.
Wait, he brought something?
is every
It's in a
Kevin?
bucket
There's
over
a
there.
bucket
Yes.
right on the
Close your eyes.
house.
Wait, close your eyes, Kevin.
He's
How
I'm
do
not
the
going to tell you what it
people
is.
in
Close your eyes.
this-
Come here. It could be a frog.
Can you stretch your headphones that way or no? I'll just. It's fine.
He's going to
Just
dump
come
a
in, it's
bucket
fine.
of 500 frogs on him.
Yeah, he's got a whole
La
bunch
gente
of toads.
aquí.
We
Will
would've
it
heard-
bite
we would've
me?
heard this.
Well, they want it to be a surprise. Are you guys going to be okay? I mean,
Yep,
That's
you
fine.
probably guess what's in the bucket. All right, here we go.
Maybe it's a little possum.
Close your
Maybe,
eyes.
baby
A
possum.
little baby possum.
That would be because he loves furry creatures. He really does. It's me that has the problem with them.
Kevin, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
My eyes, I'm scared.
Oh, Lordy Lou.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Close your eyes, Kevin.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
No, I don't want to. Oh, God. No, I don't.
That is the most colorful snake I've ever seen.
I brought the prettiest snake that we have.
Wow, he's beautiful.
This is a milk snake. Milk snakes are in a group of snakes called the king snakes, and one of their specialties is feeding on other snakes.
Okay.
Oh, they're cannibals.
So this one's like an orange, like a burnt orange, like a sienna with a white and black stripes.
So another specialty of the milk snakes is that they are mimics of a group of snakes called the coral snakes. So they look very similar to coral snakes. Coral snakes are a very common group. Well, I say group. It's a species, the Texas coral snake that lives in this area. Be careful, man.
Did it bite you?
No, just ticklish.
Gosh.
Oh God. Okay,
Sorry.
so
Are you
coral
going to try to
snakes,
hold it?
This is not poisonous, obviously.
So
but
this
are
one
coral
is
snakes poisonous.
This one is non. As a matter of fact,
Nice grip.
most snakes are non-venomous.
It's beautiful. It is such a pretty snake.
Such a whip.
So what we tend to use
so cute.
the word venomous with snakes, and venomous is when they can deliver their poison by a bite or by a sting. So you might say scorpions are venomous too. So you could eat this animal; it's not poisonous. Please don't eat it. But it's also not venomous. So this creature looks very similar to coral snakes,
strong.
and that helps protect it from would-be predators. They might think about going near this snake because it looks so similar to coral snakes.
Do we have a lot of these like in the Bel Air area, in the Houston area?
In the general Houston area, I would say coral snakes are actually more common, the thing that they're mimicking. But these are around, and probably not in Bel Air. I find them in wilder areas and less in
It's called a milk
urban
snake.
areas. A milk snake.
Oh God,
yeah.
Eric,
Milk
it's getting really
snake.
close to your chin. Okay,
Eric, you
so
gonna kiss it?
somebody texted about the lifespan of a possum because you're saying how good they are for our environment. Are they last a long time?
Oh, no, their lifespan is very short, as a matter of fact.
Oh, how long?
In the wild, maybe 3 or 4 years.
That's it. Now, I will say that my dog was in the backyard, and it tussled with my dog. It bit my dog.
Oh.
And, I had to take
Well,
the
you don't
dog
have to
the
worry
vet.
about rabies.
No.
Yeah.
But they, when they're cornered, they can be mean.
Yeah, and they have kind of an alligator-like mouth. They have a row of very sharp teeth.
Yeah.
So it's not an animal you want to mess with if you can.
Eric is bringing the snake around to us. Eric from the Nature Discovery Center.
It's coiling
And
around Sam's arm.
He's tormenting us a bit with our fear. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Eric Duran. He is the head naturalist at the Nature Discovery Center in Bel Air. And you guys, do you do like tours, or do groups of schools come there and learn things?
So
or
yeah,
this is just really for the neighborhood to just have a nature place there.
Well, actually, we have a pretty wide reach across the city. A lot of schools from across Houston come. We give them nature tours. We teach them science and nature basics. I teach preschool classes.
That's cute.
I lead people on bird watching tours.
Yeah, he said he's a bird watcher.
I'm a bird watcher
The other day,
myself.
I'm like, that'd be weird just to sit there and.
Do you ever see one and you're like, holy crap, never seen that before?
At my age, at my advanced age.
My advanced age? Are you an elder?
Well, I have been bird watching since I was 14.
Okay.
So at this point, locally, there's not a lot of birds that still sort of do that. But anyways, at the Nature Center, we do mostly nature and science education.
Nice.
We have an Earth Day event coming up on April the 27th, which will be a fun park event. There'll be
And how do
food, a
people
little
find you
music.
guys? How do people find you guys?
NatureDiscoveryCenter.org.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks so much for coming.
NatureDiscoveryCenter.org. And somebody's giving massive props to you, Eric, from the Nature Center, because they said they took their preschool kids there, and you are so funny. Your humor's awesome for learning.
Aww.
Bravo,
You have awesome
sir.
hair, too.
Nature
Bravo.
education and stand-up every Tuesday.
Eric's impressed with your hair, Eric.
Yeah,
All right.
It's a good.
You got thick coverage.
I know
there.
it's because it's real and he's jealous.
Or did he get it from an animal?
This could be grizzly bear fur. You don't know.
And wait, one more person is asking, what does it cost that we interrupted you when you were going to tell us the price of the park? Did we interrupt you when you were telling the price of the park?
Yeah. The park,
Sorry.
it's an open city park. It's free. We do have limited hours to come in the buildings on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Check that out on the website, naturediscoverycenter.org.
NatureDiscoveryCenter.org.
Thank you for
Thanks,
dropping
Eric
in.
from the Nature Discovery
Snake
Center.
is so cute.
You can hang out with that snake if you'd like, but please
Not
don't
over
bring
there.
it out.
No, but
just
we're
put it away. Just put it away.
Okay, it is Wednesday. That means Special K has a prank call coming up next. Is it a telemarketer turnaround?
Sure
or is it an actual
is.
prank?
I love those.
When they call Kevin, he welcomes those robocalls and those spam calls. Let's see what happens next on the Roula and Ryan Show.